Welcome back to the vlog. We are at the Emporium of Oddities and Miscellaneous Things where we are fine-tuning our setup for the rear bed action going on the Raptor. So we're getting that rack situated, putting molly plates on it, getting the tracks mounted to it, the Expo Tracks, my roto packs, positioning the tent just where we want it, and then getting the cases back on the Casey Highlight roof rack. So that's what we're up to, getting all those things fine-tuned and adjust for all the accessories of the truck. So let's get to it. I'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's vlog, Xtrusion Ovrlnd. In my quest to build the best possible Prelander I can make and upgrade my Overland setup, I've teamed up with Xtrusion Ovrlnd to put their truly modular bed rack system to use. Using lightweight but strong extruded aluminum, their design is innovative and DIY friendly. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of DIY activity on this vlog. As an example of that, let's say you wanted to do something more custom with the rack and had a really particular fit. You can easily cut the bars with a miter saw and then re-tap threads into them for a truly custom fit. Xtrusion Ovrlnd also has an expanding list of CNC'd machine parts and accessories such as molly plates, high lift mounts, bike mounts, roof racks, bed storage systems, and dynamic load-capable swivel joints. Try saying that 3 times fast. They are a very innovative company, and they are very helpful in fulfilling client needs. In my example, they helped me with a solution on how I'm gonna fit a tent to clear my KC M rack. So if you like a robust modular design rack, check them out in the link in the description below, and don't forget to use the discount code, The Whaling. Now, let's get back to that rack build.
So we're finally back to the final mounting of the Xtrusion Ovrlnd Rack, and we've done something a little different here. Because we're using the ReTrax XR Pro, we have these built-in T-slots, and because of how hard we hewn the truck, we decided to come up with custom drilled and threaded plates of steel to give us a much bigger surface area for the rack to fold against so that it doesn't accidentally lift out of these tracks. Originally, they want you to use something like these, but they don't line up with the holes, so you have to use one on each side. And our thinking was, why not go a little beefier? So I made a set of 8.5-inch long pieces of steel. Yes, the holes are purposely offset to give it a little more bite towards the middle and allow it to be at the end of one of the channels. And then we're going to thread in the feet and get started on the final install. Just because the roof and the Xtrusion Ovrlnd Rack are now the exact same height, we thought we'd put a couple of little pillow blocks underneath the iKamper here to help give it some squish, and in case the bed flexes at a different rate than the cab. So what I've done here is cut out 8 really high density rubber blocks, pillow blocks, and now I'm notching them so that they slide in just like that.
We have now installed these rubber grommet pieces into the rails of the iKamper. There's actually 4 on each side, there's 8 total, and what these now do is give us a little extra height so that we won't touch the cab of the truck ever, and also gives us a little padding, so if we're really hooning it off-road, it should keep it a little bit more padded. They're about 1/3 of an inch thick here, and there's a groove cut in them, so they slide into the rail system here. So basically the top half of it's inside and it's just held in place with friction, pretty tight. It's a very thick, very hard rubber that we're using here. But yeah, that should help us out for giving us that extra height we need, and then also giving that extra padding for the tent as it sits on that rack. Again, there's 8 of them. This is our little DIY action that we're doing here because we love DIY on this channel. We always have to mess with something, custom fit. But yeah, we're gonna put this on the roof. We actually had to, rethink these a little bit, because originally they were a little thicker and they didn't quite fit like we wanted, so we had to come back, trim them down, and now we're ready for our next fit.
So yeah, with the new pillow blocks, we've got just a millimeter of space, so looks like we did good.
We are now doing a DIY craft to mount these tracks, the Expo boards, onto the side of this panel. We got some hardware, just some Ace hardware, and bolted it on so we can tie it down. And yeah, shrink wrap it to make it look kind of pretty and also prevent theft a little bit. Make it that much harder anyway. All right, and fire, because when in doubt, fire to shrink wrap on. And here we go with the truck fully outfitted here with the new rack, Xtrusion Ovrlnd bed rack, iKamper tent, got my Expo Tracks back on, got my cases up front, back on the roof, and on the other side we have my water can and my gas can Rotopacks as well. So fully ready for another camp actually now. Still waiting on the suspension parts to get in. It's been unfortunately 2 months, almost 3 months now that those have been ordered, and we're still waiting on that. I do have a little surprise here. I got the front shocks in from iKamper, and they're sitting here in the back of the truck waiting to go on, but the rears are still waiting to be delivered. So that will have to wait until we can get those in to install. And then finally, I have some lower control arms coming from Crazy House Customs with front bumps as well. And then we're gonna have a little surprise change up front to the truck as well coming up soon. So those are some of the things that we have in store and what we've got for now. But yeah, great. Super happy to get some progress made on the rebuild and the upgrades to the evolution of my Overland Prelander Raptor. And with that, we have a truck back to Overland Prelander status again. We're getting there piece by piece as we get this thing upgraded for the next adventure. So that concludes this vlog. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We're at the Emporium of Oddities and Miscellaneous Things, and we're going to paint my Raptor. This may very well be 3 years worth of dirt.
And there you be.